In this video, we'll show you how to replace the power running board motor on your Ford F-150. This is located under the vehicle and behind the running board. Let's get started. In order to remove the running boards, we need them to be in the down position. To do that, we'll start out by turning our key to the ignition 2 position. We'll be using these arrows and this OK button to make our selection. First, we need to clear a few of these warning screens. Now we have our selections. We'll be going down to Settings, select Vehicle. Now we can come down to our power running boards and select Out. With the vehicle raised and supported, we're going to come underneath the vehicle here, and we have two 13mm bolts on the underside. We're going to go ahead and remove the side step in order to remove the motor. We'll be using a 13mm to remove these. We have two more 13mm up on the inside facing towards the outside of the vehicle. And we can do the same on the rear mount. Now we can unplug the connector for our motor. We have a small push clip at the end here that can help to push in on the connector as you press in on that. You want to inspect your terminals. Make sure none are bent, corroded, or damaged. These look good. With our hardware removed and the connector disconnected, we can go ahead and remove the side step. We have two T40 Torx bolts here, and on the back side there are 13mm nuts. We'll go ahead and remove those. There's our Torx bit, and there's our 13mm nut. On this lower one, we only have a small amount of space, so I'll just be using a 13mm wrench instead of the socket. Our bottom one is just a 13mm that goes right into the motor itself. On the back side of the side step bracket, we have a 10mm bolt holding the shaft of the motor in. We can go ahead and remove that. On the inside of the bracket, where that bolt came out, there's a small block. You'll need to reuse this as well as the bolt. Now we'll be using a punch and a hammer. We'll be hitting right at the end of the stud right here. there we have it. We're going to go ahead and clean up the bracket to prepare it for the new motor. I'm just going to use some brake and parts cleaner. We want to make sure to clean out the bores. I'll be using a bore brush on a drill for this. You can certainly use a handheld brush. You want to clean the lower part of the bracket as well. It's good to apply some grease to all of our bores. When installing the motor, you want to make sure to line up all 3 of the bolt locations. Now we can install our bolt and our block on the shaft. We can install our block onto the back side. I'm going to snug that down, then I'm going to back it off about a 1/4 turn. We'll complete tightening that once it's in the vehicle. We can go ahead and install our hardware. I'm going to start with the 13mm bolt. It's good to get all of your hardware started in, and then you can tighten everything down. With these 2 tightened down, we can go back to the first one and tighten that one down. And we can go ahead and tighten down our bolt. These 3 should be snug, but not too tight. Go ahead and line up our side steps. Get those approximately up into place, and we can install our hardware. Now that we have the bottom 2 started, we can start the top 2. Now that we have all 4 of our front bolts in, we can put all 4 of the same bolts in the back. We get all 4 of these snugged up, and we can torque these to 16 foot-pounds. And we can do the same to the rear bracket. We can plug in our electrical connector. Make sure that's fully seated. There's a plastic clip on the bottom of the connector. It has 2 prongs and they go into the holes on the top of the motor. With the new motor installed, we can go ahead and test it. And you're all set.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.